Hey everybody, it's Luke with Figure Me Out. Today we've got the U.S. Army Runner Cycle. I found this at Dollar General for $5. Take a look at the packaging on the side. You can see that this is a license by the U.S. Army. It's official U.S. Army. It's got a little holographic sticker somewhere. You can see his hand is not turned to hold the motorcycle the way it's supposed to. We'll get into that. There's the other side. On the top we've got this right here. On the bottom we've got that. And if you look at that little shiny sticker, official licensee of the U.S. Army. So let's go ahead and crack this thing open and we'll take a closer look at what's inside. And here we are on the light box, and let's take a look at these accessories, shall we? So first off, we've got, let's talk about this one first. We've got this giant gun kind of thing, and we'll just kind of show you here. So this gun is huge. Compared to this figure, it's massive. It's almost the same height. You know, it's over half the figure's height for a regular size gun, so that's way too big for this guy. The reason I bought this pack, if I'm being honest, is because I saw these and I said, oh, that might scale with 6-inch. So we'll see here. I'll have some comparisons here in a minute. But first off, we get this gun. Looks, you know, pretty good. That's cool and all. Second off, we get this gun. Looks like some sort of M16 type thing. You know, you got the extendable stock there. A little grip stock in the front with the flashlight. It's painted this weird tan color. Don't really care for that. Wish it was black, but hey, that's fine. Since we got the figure here, we'll go ahead and talk about him. He's got two forward-facing hands. The paint's actually not terrible on the front there. You see they even put like a wash over it, so that's pretty cool. Back is completely bland. It's like they painted the front and said, this is what everybody's going to be looking at. Don't worry about the back at all. So you can see it's all right there and then nothing. So I guess as long as you're coming at the enemy, they can't see you. If you're leaving, then they're already dead, right? I don't know. Anyway. Yeah, I got some neat stuff on here. Got a little radio with a little, you know, bendable antenna. That's kind of fun. You got the little knee pads, the pouches, the boots, and all that. It's not a terrible figure. It's just, you know, one of those 5 POA tiny action figures that you're not really gonna do much with. But anyway, so that's fine for what it is. We also get this motorcycle, which again, I mean, it is what it is. U.S. Army licensed, you know, dirt bike or whatever. And I don't think that I've ever, whenever I was in the military, you had to get a waiver signed or like a form disclosed even to be able to ride a motorcycle in your free time, because it was considered a high-risk activity. So the fact that they would have an issued dirt bike, I don't know that that's accurate, but anyway. And the handlebars in that, they don't do anything. That's the other thing. These handlebars don't work. So this is definitely a high-risk activity if you ride this, because you would probably crash and get hurt. The last accessory, and the one that I was really most stoked for, is this right here. You can see we've got this little cut your own pieces out, but you got some kind of an Uzi looking thing. We've got some sort of a revolver with a scope on, like a futuristic looking scope, another just plain revolver, a cell phone or a radio for some reason, and some little pistol here. So these are the ones that I was really curious. And again, here's that figure. And you can see, just compared to the size of his hand, those things are pretty huge, relatively speaking. These ones not so much, but we'll see. We'll cut them out here. Actually, give me a second. I'll cut these out. And boom, there we are. So I went ahead and cut those all out. I went ahead and cut off the corners too, because you know, I can do something with that. I don't know what yet, but it's kind of an industrial metal-looking piece with, you know, potential. Anyway, so we got the little communicator or phone type thing there. We've got the Uzi again. That looks fairly good. It's cast in that kind of shiny gray plastic, so it kind of has that gunmetal look. Got a little pistol here, and then revolver and other revolver. So let's go ahead and take these out, and we'll talk, I guess, about accessory and do some size comparisons. And there he is. So let's talk about articulation. So 5 POA, not much to go over. He looks left and right. Arm goes up, arm goes down, arm goes up, arm goes down. Forward, back, and forward and back. So basic 5 POA, full rotation on both those arms, full rotation on the head if you can get it. So fine. Fine for what it is. No big deal. The thing that I was talking about earlier, the size creep on those guns. So you've got this little one that kind of looks like it may fit in, and you've got this giant crazy one. If I can tip everything over here. You got this giant crazy one off to the side that's, as, you know, almost as big as he is. So it kind of looks goofy. The one in the package, I think they had this one in his hand, and it looked, again, kind of goofy. It's a little too big. Too big there, but it is what it is. It's fine. And he does fit on the motorcycle somewhat. I mean, as well as you can, I guess. So it's fine. But he doesn't have any forward gripping hands, so he can't actually grab the handlebars. He can only like kind of cup them to the side, as was evidenced in that picture. So for a size comparison, here is against a few different Marvel Legends. Got the Hyperion, the Bucky Cap, the Sunfire, and then we've also got the McFarlane Harry Potter figure, which will be our next review later on this week. And as you can see, he's kind of small. He's like a 3 3/4 inch Star Wars type size. For another size comparison, here he is next to the Masher Spider-Man, the Star Wars Black Series Padawan Obi-Wan, the McFarlane Fortnite Skull Trooper, and the Mezco 1/12 Collective Iron Man. And again, pretty short. And here I'm just going to run through the weapons as compared with the Marvel Legends 6-inch Classic Deadpool. As you can see, the revolver fits pretty good with them. Looks pretty good. And this is what I was really curious to see the most, I guess, was how those scaled. So you got the revolver, scales pretty good. The little gun is a little bit tiny, but it kind of looks funny with Deadpool. You know, it's kind of a fun look, so that's interesting. It's not bad. Let's see, what about this communicator or cell phone type thing? How does that look? That looks good enough, yeah. Looks like he's, you know, got a little mobile phone, so that's fine. You know, a little communicator. That scales pretty well. Again, I thought these would kind of scale better with the 6-inch, and they definitely do, more so than with that tiny little 3 3/4 inch. That looks awesome. Little futuristic revolver type thing. You could even cut the top of that off and just have a regular revolver. That might be nice. So that's cool. What about this Uzi thing here? How's that going to look? It's a little bit of a tighter fit, but actually that fits really well. Look at that. Pretty cool looking little Uzi thing. So that's nice. So what about the gun that was way too big for that guy? Let's see how big it is for Deadpool. Yeah, so that's actually kind of big in his hand. Kind of stretching his hand out a bit there, but it looks good. It's a good size for it. And the trigger finger is behind the trigger, but I mean, you know, you can get around that. But that actually looks really good. That's awesome. So this is, you know, definitely a good buy in my book just for that. And then we've got that little desert kind of colored gun, and even it looks good. They all look good. They're all. That's the whole reason I bought this, was because the guns were kind of in a 6-inch scale, and I just wanted to see. So I mean, you know, this guy, they're huge against him, but then you get Deadpool in there, and you know they fit. They're about the right size. So that's awesome. So really cool there. One other thing I was going to note is that did come with this background in the package, which is kind of a neat little thing. If you're into like the articulated comic book art, the ACBA community, you wanted to have like a good backdrop. It's not a terrible backdrop, you know. You got like this soldiers silhouettes, you know. It's kind of cool. So anyway, for $5, you know, it's fine. It's a fine figure. I'm probably gonna toss the figure in a bin, and you know, whenever my friends' kids come over, and they can play with that. They can tear it up. I don't care. But the guns, I'm going to keep the guns. Those are really cool. Those are going to be some 6-inch accessories for me. Those are going to go in some photo shoots and stuff. So overall, not bad. For $5, I'd recommend. So what do you guys think? Are you going to head out to Dollar General right now and go grab one of these? They also had a Navy SEAL with a little boat that I may have to go back and get now, which was pretty cool. But anyway, what do you guys think? Hit like, hit subscribe, check out my other videos. Check me out over on Instagram, Luke_figuremeout at Instagram.com, and you know, check out my other content. And until we meet again, happy collecting.